Film development hell, day 34. We just made a movie. Now what? Is the name of this video. Why? Well, my name is Deborah Richards and I am an independent film director from Las Vegas. And if you're new to this channel, this is a daily long-form vlog into the realities of what it's like to be an independent film director. And just a couple days ago, we had the premiere of my second movie, Shaken and Stirred, the story of Flair Bartending. You can click on the link down below, and you can even click and buy it right now or rent it. So we just had the world premiere 5 days ago on Tuesday, March 25th. And it was amazing. We had 200 people, sold out audience, VIPs, red carpet, Q&A, after party, after party, sponsored by Patron and Finest Call. We had a standing ovation throughout the credits, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. You don't get many premieres in life, and that was phenomenal. Did I mention you can click on the link down below to see the trailer for the movie, and you can purchase it and you can rent it right now at flairdocumentary.com. So, I have an apology to make, guys. I didn't post on YouTube last week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I took 3 days off. I usually post these videos every day, Monday through Friday, and I just hit a wall after the premiere. I literally hit a wall. The premiere is really like the result of 3 years of working on this documentary. So it's been a long time coming, and oh look, there's the movie poster right there for Shaken and Stirred. It's the world's first ever feature documentary on the underground world of competitive Flair bartending. And like I said, we worked on it for 3 years. We shot in Miami a few times, Las Vegas and LA. And it takes a lot to make a movie. It takes a lot to make a movie. And I was just exhausted, especially, the last few months working from November to like March. We've been full steam ahead to finish the movie, to get everything ready for the premiere. If you've been watching this channel, you see what we go through on the daily. And we are actually the distributors of this movie as well. I'm a partner with Patrick Wirtz in 1905 Film Studios, or 1905 Films rather. We have two names, 1905 Film Studios, but we're kind of changing that to 1905 Films. But yeah, he's my business partner, and we have the studio. And we decided for this movie, it made sense for us to be the distributors, so we're self-distributing. We didn't self-distribute on our last movie, and we certainly won't on the next movie, but it just made total sense for Shaken and Stirred because we had a grassroots audience of bartenders around the world who are really excited about this movie because there's never been anything like it before. So what's next? Well, that's exactly what the name of this video is and what we got to figure out today. Basically, to bring you guys up to speed, even though it's taken us 3 years to make this film, for the last year, we've been developing our next film, which is a horror called Scissor Mouth. And we're very excited about it. And for ages, I've wanted to get onto Scissor Mouth, but I couldn't finish I couldn't get to my pudding until I finished my din-dins kind of thing. So I had to focus full steam, on making sure that we had a successful launch for Shaken and Stirred, which we have. It's been amazing. People have been renting the movie. People have been watching the movie. By the way, if you've seen the movie, go over to IMDB.com, the International Movie Base, and write us an honest review about Shaken and Stirred. We're already starting to get reviews in, and it's great. But if you've seen it and you liked it, or you felt very strongly against it, just whatever. An honest review is better than no review, seriously. So if you've seen the movie, please write an honest review at imdb.com. Really helps us out because later in the year, the movie will be, after its festival run, it'll be on Amazon, and Amazon owns IMDb, so it helps stimulate the algorithm. For every review we get on IMDb, in a few months' time, the movie will be suggested to 10 more people on Amazon. That's kind of how that works. So So yeah, what's next? What's next? Wow. Well, there's a lot. First thing we got to do is Patrick, my business partner, has to get here, the producer of the movie, so that we can have a little powwow and we can start planning exactly what we have to get done next. What are the priorities? Because even though we're going to start moving into work on Scissormouth, which is amazing, I'm so excited. That's going to be a 3-4 year journey in itself. And we're going to start that process literally today. We're starting a new movie literally today. 5 days after the last movie, we're starting a new movie. So guys, if you want to see what it takes to make a $1 million plus movie independently, just watch this channel every day for the next 3-4 years, because that's exactly what's going to happen. So, but let's get onto that in a second. Because first of all, what we have to do is Patrick has to get here, and we have to do like have a big powwow, and kind of go through our lists, because everything's completed. You know, the premiere was like such a apex moment that we were building and working towards. That now we just have to have a powwow and figure out what's next. What do we have to do next? Literally, what do we have to do for Shaken and Stirred? I mean, there's a lot marketing wise. We have to follow up with everyone that came to the premiere with emails to thank them. We have to follow up with a bunch of things. We even have to pack away the lights and the stands from the red carpet and make sure we send those back, because we no longer need them. So there's a ton of stuff to do. As you can see from my hair, it looked magnificent on the red carpet, but this is like 5 days later of sleeping, so I've got like messy hair, don't care. I'm thinking about like actually letting these dragon braids just completely turn into dreadlocks. That might be cool. I'm sure my stylist is gonna scream at me if she hears that, but I kind of like the idea. Braids, dreadlocks, and beads. I don't know. Let's see. But that's not what's important right now. What's important right now is that we start this day right. And as you guys know, nothing happens without coffee. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some coffee. Hey, got my coffee, got my cookie. Gang's all here. Actually, the gang's not all here. We're waiting on Patrick. But before he gets here, I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things. Did I tell you I've been asleep for 5 days? It's been crazy. After the premiere on Tuesday last week, and that's the whole reason I didn't post last week. I just hit a wall after 3 years of work, and I slept for literally 5 days. I slept Wednesday through Sunday. I kind of got wheeled out on Wednesday night and on Thursday night to go have dinner with some of our stakeholders. On the Wednesday night, we went and had dinner with our music sync team. That's Dawn, Beth, Miles, and also a couple. Case was there as well from one of our musicians. From the sync track to the movie. If you don't know what sync track is, it's the same as needle drop. If you don't know what needle drop is, it's like anytime you license a song from a band. Either they wrote a song for the movie, or it's an existing song and you license it for the movie, and that's different from score, right? Which is when your composer writes music that goes kind of throughout the film. So anyway, long story short, went out for dinner on Wednesday night. I was exhausted, but it was really cool to see those guys and break bread with them and spend time with them. And then on the Thursday night, I'd slept all day and I really didn't want to go out. But Patrick said, "Come out, come out. We're gonna go have dinner with Rob." Rob's one of our production partners on the film. So Rob, Patrick, and I went and had a very fancy, lovely dinner, and that was great. And then I just slept Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like I can't believe how much I slept. Like I'd wake up every couple hours to, eat, walk, cookie, do that kind of stuff, but I just slept. So, but now I'm back on track, and literally we're starting. This is the beginning of that whole scissor mouth journey, but there were still some things loose ends we gotta tie up from the premiere, and then we can really start getting into Scissormouth, which is what I'm so excited about. So we got loose ends to tie up from the premiere. We've got ongoing marketing efforts to do. In fact, I have an interview on NPR, that's National Public Radio, I have an interview on Thursday on NPR, which is very exciting. Um, and that's to promote Shaken and Stirred, obviously. I'll still be doing press for probably a couple of years about this movie. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if I'm blessed to do that. And let's see what else is coming up. Oh, another crazy thing. So Kimberly, my good friend Kimberly Scum, CSA, that's the Casting Society of America. She's a casting director, and in fact, she casted True Lies, House of Cards, Pelican Brief. Um, she casted my first movie, Move Me to Mountain. She's a dear friend of mine, and she's coming out to Vegas for NAB, which is the National Association of Broadcasters. It's a huge convention out here that has cameras and all the latest gadgets and gear in Las Vegas, and I believe that's happening next week. So she's out here for that, and she's coming to stay with me. Usually she stays in my a spare room, but I actually have a roomie now. So I said to her, I haven't got anywhere to put you. But then I thought, oh, you know what? I have a studio. Let me build you a bedroom set. So at some point, probably tomorrow at the latest, we have to build a bedroom set for Kimberly to stay. Um, and then, oh, something else I wanted to bring you guys up to speed with. Okay, so as an independent film director, I make a little bit more each movie that I do, but I don't make a lot of money. So I have to supplement my income with directing. So either I'm directing commercials, or I do a lot of post production. I edit. In the past I've been a lead editor for EDC, Life is Beautiful, like big festivals. I've edited, a ton of stuff, right? 15 years plus, I think, of professional post production services, VFX, color, editing, all that stuff. So I supplement my income by directing TV commercials and editing pretty much anything, mostly commercials, but also things like promo reels. And when I edit a live event, sometimes it's like recap videos of the day, that kind of thing. Anyway, again, long story short, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that production has slowed down so much in America over the last year. It's insane. Like I directed 28 commercials last year, but I haven't worked in 4 months commercially. Um, that's kind of a little bit my fault as well, because I've been so focused on finishing Shaken and Stirred and getting it to the premiere and getting it released. And we have been all hands on deck for that since November. So but production has slowed down. AI has taken away certain things, so the market in general is contracting. So there's been very little work. So that combined with me not being as motivated to work because I've got to finish the movie means that I haven't had a paycheck in forever. So I was getting a little concerned. 4 months is a long time to go with no work. But over the last few days, I've actually been booked for a bunch of things. So I'm directing 6 national TV commercials. I found this out at the premiere, which was great because I invited one of the producers that I work with on some national TV spots, and he booked me to direct 6 national TV commercials in about, I think it's 3 weeks time. So you guys will be here for all of that. I have something on the books. It's not 1,000% yet, but there's some folks that I met when I was editing for Outside Lands, which is a huge festival in San Francisco. And I haven't been there in a couple of years because I've been so focused on feature films. But some folks that I met up there, working with them behind the scenes, um, contacted me about doing an event in Vegas next week for NAB, which is the big convention. Basically, they need an on-site editor to cut up and make um, recap videos of a certain portion of the event, and then on the day after the last day, make a recap video of the last 3 days. And I like those gigs. It's really high pressure. You got to be a super fast editor because you're getting the content coming in. You might have assistants pulling selects, and then I've got to beast it all together and do it in a musical and entertaining way. And, I've done a lot of that in the past for festivals and other conventions. So I hope that comes through because that'll be great because that's 4 or 5 days. But if I do that next week, obviously I can bring you along with me for a little bit of it, but I can't really film all of it. So maybe those videos might be a little shorter next week, or we'll just have to wait and see. But hey, listen, to the 186 subscribers I think I have now, thank you so much for being part of this journey. If this has been educational, informative, interesting, entertaining, please click like, please put a comment down below. It means a lot. I know I'm a little bit behind with replying to comments, but I'm going to catch up with that today. Let's see. Oh, and I also got booked, or rather pinned for to put together a political commercial there's a advertising company I work with out of Texas, and I do some commercials for them, and I haven't worked with them in a while, but they reached out saying, hey, are you available for a political commercial that we need help with? So maybe I'll be doing that this week. So this month is going to be busy with some commercial jobs, which is great because I need to replenish the coffers, as they say. Um, but in between all of that, we'll be following up with whatever we got to follow up with the premiere, following up with a bunch of marketing going forward for Shaken and Stirred. But the best bit of all will be getting into the creative of Scissormouth, which is really exciting for me, because one of the first things we have to do is raise $1.5 million, and we'll talk about that later because that's the whole thing. But before we can even do that, I need to just kind of revisit the creative a little. The screenplay is production ready, but I feel that there's a couple things that have been simmering on my mind for the last year since, developing it and stuff, or through developing it, that I just want to chef's kiss and get into the screenplay and add a couple little things, tweak a little things, punch a few things up, and really fine tune the screenplay so it's the most entertaining, scariest, unexpected, thrilling tale of Scissormouth that it can be. So that's going to be very exciting. So yay, creative. Because I feel like I've had my producer hat on so long, like in these last few months of post-production on Shaken and Stirred. I've really had a producer hat on because I've had to bring sponsors to the premiere and make stakeholders happy and work on marketing and negotiating and distribution and all this stuff, right? And obviously Patrick does, my business partner Patrick, who's a Emmy-nominated producer and the producer of my last 2 films. He's amazing and he is a rock and he's so much support, and he obviously handles a lot of this. But it's a lot to deal with, even for 2 people. Essentially. I mean, we have Danielle as well. She's part time here at 1905, but and then there's a lot of other people that help, but not on a full time basis. So thank goodness that I have people to share. The I was going to say burden, but it's not a burden. I love making films. I can't believe that just after making the last film, 5 days later, here we are starting the next one. Let's go. It's really exciting. I've been making films full time now as a film director since 2020, which is wild. Not 2020, 2021. 4 years. The last 4 years I've been working full time as a independent film director. And to me, that is bananas. It's very exciting. It's very rewarding. I think it's all just suddenly hit me about the second movie. Like most people that make a film, I think it's 80% of filmmakers only make one film. And when I made my first film, I was so desperate to not be one of those 80% and have a career that I thought that the key to this is keep the momentum going and let's make the second film really, really, without finishing the first one, let's start on the second one. And that's what we did. So even though the first one took like 2-3 years, there was a year overlap. And then the second one took 2-3 years. But there was an overlap because the third one, Scissormouth, we've been developing for the last year. So I've now been working full time as an independent film director since 2021, 4 years, and looks like I'll be going on, 6, 7, 8 years, because Scissor Mouth is going to take years to make. So this is where we're at, guys. We're right on the cusp of this immense, epic journey, and the end of one journey has finished. We've made Shaken and Stirred. It's the end of the making of the film, but it's not the end of Shaken and Stirred, because it's just really the beginning of a new journey with that film, as it makes its way through different platforms. Right now, it's available exclusively at flairdocumentary.com to rent or purchase. And as it makes its way through the festival circuit, and then it'll be on Amazon, and then it'll be on Apple, then it'll be on Tubi, and in 2 years' time, it'll be free on YouTube. And this is what we call a slow rollout. And it's good to have a slow rollout, because it enables us to refresh the news cycle at each milestone. There's something new to talk about and to reach new audiences. And so Shaken and Stirred is not like, oh, I've done the movie, I'm done, yay. Although a little bit of me wishes it was like that, that's not reality, because Patrick and I decided as 1905 to be the distributors of this film and self-distribute. So it's a very exciting time. It's a very exciting time. Shaken and Stirred, that chapter has somewhat closed, and now we're starting Scissor Mouth. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. To be honest, I wish I could have spent a month in between movies and just go to a beach in Jamaica or Hawaii and just chill out for a month. That would be amazing. That would be an amazing privilege. But at the same time, I'm a workaholic. I'm a little bit driven. And I'm just excited for the next movie. If you ask any filmmaker, what's your favorite project, they're always going to tell you the next one coming up, because that's the one that's had the least amount of heartache so far. I think it was Ron Howard that said there'll come a point where every film breaks your heart. And I'd like to add to that, there's not just once that it breaks your heart. Every film you make will break your heart not a billion times, a bunch of times. It will just happen. There are things that are acts of God, beyond your control, beyond your wisdom, beyond your financial abilities or resources, beyond your technical resources, practical, all of it, right? That's just life be lifing. And when you're making a film, life be lifing. And it's such a long process that there's ample time for things to go wrong. Or things to not necessarily go wrong, but things to go not how you wanted or not how you hoped. And that's part of being a filmmaker, is that you have to be able to pivot, and sometimes you have to make those choices, on the fly, in the moment. Like if you're in production and you're directing and you're on set and it's raining instead of sunshine or whatever, and everyone's looking at you like, what do we do? And you have to make that pivot there and then. But you also have to make strategic long-term pivots with your producer hat on, depending how things are panning out with the film, right? And I think that's something just to speak to any aspiring filmmakers that are watching this. If you're thinking, oh, I'm waiting for all the answers before I take that journey of making my first film, you'll be waiting forever, because nobody has all the answers to their film before starting. Not even Spielberg, not even Tarantino. You want to start with as many of the answers as you can as possible, but you got to start knowing that you'll never have all of them, and that some of the things you think will not transpire that way, and that comes back to that flexibility again. So now we've had that talk, we shall see what the next 3-4 years will be like making Scissor Mouth. To clue you guys into Scissor Mouth, it's a where we're at today. And again, like I said, we got to be flexible. Things might change. Originally, it was going to be a $3.5 million budget, but we've decided to make it for $1.5 million. So it's a $1.5 million elevated horror set in Texas in the mid-'80s. It's a cautionary tale about the cruelty of vanity, and it's a female led cast. Um, uh, and I couldn't be more excited. It's loosely based on a 5,000-year-old Japanese folktale. It's going to be scary. It's going to be violent. It's going to be Texas, y'all, in the 80s. And we're either going to film it in the three favorite places right now: Poland, upstate New York, I believe, or yeah, upstate New York, or West Virginia. Now, Poland is a bit of a wild card because there's a lot of good things to shoot in Poland, especially the incentives. Also, we get like 4-to-1 ratio on our money. So a $1.5 million movie here might be like a $10 million movie there. I know that math doesn't equal out, but roughly. Or like 5.5 million. Is that right? I'm terrible at math. Don't trust me on math. Double check. Anyway, 1.5 million goes a lot further. It'd be like a $6 million movie over there if it's a 4-to-1. So we get a lot out of our money, and it means that we could build sets and work on sound stages as opposed to shooting on location. And I'm a director that loves to shoot on sound stages because you can control everything, and I'm a control freak. And it's not only just controlling everything; it's just having that flexibility and that freedom with the art department to go nuts. But the problem with Poland is, in order to qualify for that good Polish Film Institute money, which is their, government film commission, there is a very narrow window of application, and that is January next year. And we would have to have a lot of things, a lot of ducks in a row done by January next year. And I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'm not sure if it can happen. It could, but it's an outlier, I think. So, if we raise way more than our 1.5 million, and then it might be worth waiting another year for that window in January 2027 to make the movie in 2027 and 2026 in Poland. But I think what's more realistic is we raise close to that 1.5 million and take advantage of the, I believe, 30% plus tax credits in West Virginia and upstate New York. Also in upstate New York, we have a lot of resources there through our film family that would suit this production. So it would be either upstate New York, West Virginia, or Poland for Texas. So that's something that Patrick will figure out because he's the producer. He's logistics, I'm shapes and colors. So so that's the state of the union, guys. Now that you are fully up to speed and you understand the task at hand and the mission, I invite you to join me on follow-up for Shaken and Stirred, marketing for Shaken and Stirred, and starting this insane journey of Scissormouth. Who's with me? Cheers. Good morning. Look who's here, guys. It's Patrick, and he's doing his little 5 minutes with Cookie. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So on Saturday night, I woke up really, really late Saturday, and Patrick and I went to Death Valley. It was spectacular. We went and we saw the stars at night, and it was where the scene from Mos Eisley in Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4, the establishing shot when they do the wide over the valley and you see Mos Eisley in the distance. We went there. We went to where that shot was taken from.
And Ben Kenobi calls it what?
I've never seen a hive of hive of villainy and scum. Scum and villainy, that bit. So that's where we went, and it was really, really magical. I was pretty tired, but yeah. So I haven't even really had time to process how insanely magical the premiere was, and Pat and I have been just in a bit of a stunned, just kind of like, I don't know what you call it, coma, stunned, shock. It's like there's a phrase in America called "Blood Simple," which was the name of the Coen brothers' first movie, and it means that when you witness something really violent, you're like in shock for a little bit longer, and you're not thinking straight, and it's called Blood Simple. And I feel like like the stimulation and the emotional impact and the cathartic release of having made the movie and all of this of the premiere has left us both a little blood simple, as you can see from Pat right now. He's like just wiped out.
We still have so much. Now we have so much work to do today.
Yeah. Well, we should start with a little powwow and talk about what we got to do. But before we get there, let's just bask in the glory of the premiere just one last time.
Sure.
How do you feel the premiere went?
No, I feel really positive. I mean, it went by so fast for me, you know.
Yeah.
So for you too.
Yeah.
You really don't have time to process it, you know.
I know.
Because we're not objective spectators.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember seeing a whole bunch of people doing this, doing that, getting this done, getting that done, and before you know it, it was over.
I almost remember it like a blur of colors. I remember the blur. I remember the colors.
I do wish. I mean, I was too tired. I do wish I went to the after party.
I wish I could have gone to the after party. I wish I could have gone to the after party, but it was impossible. It was just.
It's in your video, right? Coming back here with Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the video. Yeah.
It's in yesterday's video.
I mean, it's gonna be in tomorrow's video.
Well, to them watching right now, it's in yesterday's video. To us, it's tomorrow's video, but it's actually the video of last Monday. Does any of that make sense? Not to me. Cookie, what do you think? So Pat, I was telling everyone at home that there's essentially 3 things that we have to start giving brain space to now. One is like all the follow-up and debriefing from the premiere.
Mm-hmm.
2, ongoing marketing for the movie.
Yes.
And 3, first steps for SCISSOR now.
Yes. Okay.
So those are the big topics, and then we can
general,
now we can start kind of going down, making those 3 lists almost, and then going down through them.
I mean, we've been doing that since the premiere, just at a low key.
Yeah, but I want us to write it down. I'm a stickler for lists, and so let me know when you're done schmoozing with the dog.
One more minute.
With the Hollywood star known as Cookie. Cookie was in the movie. She had a cameo, and this is actually her second movie, because her first movie was
she had a starring role.
She had a starring role in Moving a Mountain over there. So she's been in 2 movies. I always said I wouldn't live with an actress, but here I am. So, as soon as Pat's done schmoozing, take your time. No. Okay, all right, off to work we go. Hi ho. Pat, I forgot to tell you, we got 2 more reviews on IMDB. Can I read them to you?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, this just in, guys. 10 out of 10. Visual ASMR you'll want to watch again. Deborah Richards' second feature is a crowd pleaser that introduces us to a world most of us know little about or vaguely associate with that Tom Cruise movie from the 80s. If you're not familiar, don't worry. Richards got you covered. Sorry, I lost my glasses. One of the most impressive aspects of this documentary is how seamlessly she weaves together all the elements of this niche world, immersing the viewer in the art of Flair bartending, without ever relying on a narrator. From the opening moments, you're drawn in by dazzling graphics and stunning shots of the featured bartenders executing jaw-dropping feats that mesmerize and astonish. While it's mind-blowing to see these artists tossing glass bottles, all in caps, into the air with reckless abandon, Richards manages to dive deeper, peeling back the layers to deliver poignant character studies of each competitor. Let me see, it's not finished. Of each competitor. What emerges is a raw, multifaceted exploration of the industry itself. This film is not only wildly entertaining and incredibly informative, but also unexpectedly moving. Like a well-crafted cocktail, it's a palate pleaser you'll definitely want to order again.
Oh, that's nice.
That's awesome.
Did you say who it is?
No, but I think I know, just because of the title. But this one, I have no idea who this is. This is 10 out of 10, loved it. Great doc, taking you inside the world of Flair bartending. It shows the history in a fun, informative way. More importantly, it shows the practice and sacrifice Flair bartenders make every day to become the best of the best. Bravo. After the history, it follows current Flair bartenders gearing up for competition. They not only need to be amazing entertainers with insane moves, but also master mixologists. It is an honest, funny look at the inside world of Flair bartending. Even if you know nothing about Bar Flair, this is an extremely captivating documentary. You must give it a watch. 10 out of 10. What'd you think?
It's
Were you listening?
Yeah, I was. No, I was, but I got other stuff to do.
He's busy. He's busy.
No, I love it. Of course
That's so cool. We've got 4 reviews in, and they are all 10 out of 10. Makes me happy. Okie dokie. So, we've got a clean slate. I think the first thing we should concentrate on is obviously all the follow-up and ongoing marketing for Shaken and Stirred. Okay? So, everything was done on my list, just FYI, except for we still don't have those documents from LP Silver Flume.
Oh, okay, I'll do that right now.
Can I put it on your list?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we just have to debate something.
I don't. Well, if I can just hand it, because I
Yeah,
failed at
it's
it.
the same thing. Yeah, you just have to say these are the managers.
No. I'm not talking about the annual list of members and managers. What was that for? The annual list of members and managers for? I forwarded you that email.
For Scissormouth, yeah.
That was for Scissormouth?
Yeah.
I'll take care of that. The LPC Silver Flume I'm talking about is the documents that we need to start a bank account for 1905. Okay, I have that list of documents here. Was that it? No, that can now be shredded.
Sure.
That's the one. Okay. So, I will do the, what was it called? The, annual list.
Yeah.
Annual list of members and managers. Annual list, Scissormouth, yeah, it means we'll have to pay. Okay. The most important thing right now is that we pack up the lights and the stands in my world, because we only have a couple of days to do that.
Yeah, okay. No, that's the first thing we should do.
Yeah, so what are we calling that? Return
extra stuff.
Lights and stands, which involves cleaning, packing, and returning. Okay. Next up, I need to maybe not today, maybe overnight or something, but I need to back up the entire movie.
Sure.
There's also, let me ask you this. So the movie exists on 2 drives. They're both like 10 terabyte drives, and they're pretty much full. And then we have 2 10 terabyte drives that are backup. Okay. But the actual rendered out final movie doesn't exist in either one of those places because there's not enough space. It exists only on my computer.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Now the other problem with the hard drives is we have 2 10 terabyte drives for the backup, but one of them has failed. Now they're $700 each. Okay. Now we could massively reduce the amount of content on the 2 masters. Okay, but that would involve 2 things. It would involve, I sound like Lorenzo in the movie, time and dedication. Now, it's going to take time because it means I have to go in and identify what we're getting rid of.
Yeah.
And it also means what we're getting rid of essentially would be shots that we didn't use.
So everything else.
Huh?
Everything else.
Yeah, we'd be deleting content that we filmed. Okay,
yeah,
which I'm totally fine with.
I'm not.
But I don't think you guys are.
I'm not, no.
Okay. So,
I just have to get another 10 terabyte.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Maybe we can just back up. I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
think. Let me think about this. But backup movie, because I don't think we need all of those takes and everything. I think there's a lot that could be thinned out. I'm not sure what.
So what will we need to back it up then? How many terabytes? I mean, or what?
Well, maybe I can even fix this drive. I don't know. I gotta try at least fixing it. So backup. Well, let's do that. Let's try fixing the broken drive. I haven't been able to yet, but I can persevere a little more. Bad drive. The other thing that I have to do that is literally the end of the movie is I have to clean up the files on the existing hard drives. What I mean by that, clean up the files. What I mean by that is towards the last couple months, instead of putting things where they needed to be, I just throw them on my desktop and work from there, and then I'd throw them in the shaken and stirred drive, so it's a bit of a mess. Also in Resolve, same kind of thing with the organizational structure. I need to spend some time cleaning all that up so that if we open up these drives in 6 months, everything works and we can find everything and it makes sense.
Yeah, we don't want anything lost.
So I need to clean up the files.
Well, I'll be gone
So this is all data management.
I'll be gone this weekend, so maybe that's the time when you can do it. I'll be gone Friday through Sunday.
Will you be having fun on the weekend?
I will be having fun on the weekend.
So while you're having fun on the weekend, you want me to do data management?
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
But I'm bringing my laptop because I know I'm going to have to do work too.
Okay, so
I don't want to bring my laptop, but I'm going to have to because you never know what's going to happen.
that makes me marginally feel better. It makes me feel marginally better about doing data management on the weekend. So
We can do it now. I mean,
see you later, man. Have a great day. Are you off to work? Alright, have a great day. Make that money.
Right.
See you later. So what's next? We have to do follow-up emails.
Yep.
For everyone that went to the movie.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about this real quick. I think it would be best if it was an individual email to
Yes.
every single person. Should it be from you or should it be from me?
I think it should be from you.
Okie dokie.
But I'll write up the letter, the draft.
Yeah, if you could do the draft for the emails.
Yeah, I'll do the draft.
With the heavy emphasis on
I'll do that after we pack up some of the stuff.
Sure. Draft, follow up, FU, draft FU email.
Fuck you for attending and supporting us.
With a heavy emphasis on please write an IMDb review.
Right,
Yeah. And then and leave it so that I can put a little mini paragraph in there that's personalized, like thank you for being an investor. We couldn't have done this without you,
Right.
or thank you. Anyway, follow up emails. That has to happen. Then we got what else you got going on? What's the big stuff?
I want to give to people on the red carpet the Getty link.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And you were gonna download them as well.
I did on my home computer.
You did? You had to do them each individually, right?
No, you have to. No, I just put it as a zip file.
Are you sure you have the full resolution versions?
Yeah.
But
that's my computer at home. Let me do it here.
Okay. Giddy link to
I can do on this computer too.
red carpet peeps.
So it'll be more in one location. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because we should absolutely download the Getty images, and then we should have a folder on the. We should put it in a G drive and put it on the back end of the Shaken website. Copy. You listening? Yeah.
Yeah, we know. I told Rob and Dean. Yeah, we'll put it in a Google Drive.
So you're gonna compile that.
Yeah, I'm gonna compile that, and then they could use that. They can
Compile
go there and pick up
Getty.
any images they want.
Yeah, on G drive. Excellent. You're going to follow up the full set for Getty, right?
Yeah.
Full set Getty. Okay, what else?
I have to transfer money around and pay people, but I have it on the list.
Okay. Oh, you know what else we have to do? Tomorrow we have to turn the studio into a bedroom set.
Yeah, for Kim.
For Kimberly.
Yes.
Okay, so a bedroom set.
That's so fun.
I have some
I
ideas.
wish Roland was coming into town.
I know. I have ideas on how to make the bedroom set, by the way. So that's going to be fun.
All we'll have to do is buy a ticket.
I know. I think this is all done. This is all done.
Yeah.
I can shred that.
Okay. I think that's enough to start right now.
That is plenty to start right now.
I have to get the begging. I already started begging for movie reviews now.
Oh, you know what we have to do? What I have to do with you is also
I have to contact Danielle, see if she has like that list she started.
You know how you're compiling a list of all the interview stuff?
Yeah.
Is that already on the back end of 1905? Because it's a separate sheet?
Yeah, it is because it's something that Danielle already set up, I believe.
So it's just like a separate sheet on that?
Let me check.
Because if not, I have to attach it to the back end.
Yeah, let me check it.
I'll leave that for now. So I guess the first thing is do the lights.
That was on 1905, right?
Yeah. Let's see if it's on there. Cool. So I guess the first thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to...
No, I didn't put it in the back. This is just...
Oh, okay. If you could give me access to it, and I'll put it on the back end, yeah?
Let me do it right now.
Okay, so I'm going to put that as one of the things on your list, which is...
Yeah, first.
Give Deb access to spreadsheet. And then I will attach SS to 1905 backend. Okay, we got a lot going on. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pack up the lights and pack up the stands because we no longer need them for the red carpet, and we're going to get them ready to ship and get them to the post office and get them out the door. Be gone. Okay, so if there's one thing that I accomplished today, it's going to be getting these lights ready to send back because we no longer need them. So I just got to clean them up and package them and make sure that they're ready to send. Okie dokie. I'm gonna get some baby wipes so I can wipe them down. Okay, let's see what we got for bags. That looks important. Amazing. Okay, these have to come undone. I have to take off these screws. And that pops out like that. I have one of those, one of these. And that looks great. Okay, let's do the same with this guy. Okay. Let's see what we got. I think I need to have all these on the same side so it goes in nicely. That makes more sense. Perfect. Yeah. This is probably the least glamorous part of filmmaking. Cleaning up your messes. Okay, we can do that. We can do tape. I can get tape. Yes, first one is done. One. Not there. The next one. Put the little rubber nubbin on top. Done. Don't think it is. Okay, I'll put this on.
Okay, let's take a look at what's in these things.
What is that? Oh, the hoodie. Yay. Look, guys, we had a merch table at the premiere, and there's a hoodie, and I said dibs on the hoodie.
Pebble stays here.
So I got a hoodie. That's cool.
Pebble stays here.
Pebble stays home. This is her home. She's glad to be back. Here, I'll just put her on a stand for now. So I'm going in my collection. Tom Dyer, world famous Flair bartender. We are getting there, like Christmas. Hence the Christmas mug. So we got to finish off putting, oh, you can't even see it. We got all this stuff that we got to put in boxes. Okay, Patrick, I need you out. I need that brainiac of yours. So I've got everything put into these two bags. Everything that's meant to be in that bag is in that bag. Everything that's supposed to be in that bag is that bag. We're not missing anything. Everything looks great. I just can't zip them up on my own. And I think it's a little bit of Tetris. Do you want me to hold it or you? Be careful, these zippers are the first ones to go. I'm so scared of that zip going. So we just need to tape these two up, and I'll get the cart and put everything in the cart. Hey Pat, everything's ready to take to the store.
Okay.
You ready?
Let me finish the post for this hour.
Okay. Cool. So we're about ready to go to the store and take the oh, I lost you guys. There we go. Okay. Everything is ready to go to the store. I'll see you in a bit, Cookie. I love you. Make good choices. You're in charge. We had a standing ovation at the premiere. We had it was sold out, 200 people-ish, maybe a little less, maybe 190. But we had a standing ovation throughout the credits. And I was saying to Pat the other day, that's amazing, that's our first standing ovation. And he told me that we got a standing ovation at the test screening of Movie No Mountain when that was at the Nevada Women's Film Festival. But the reason I didn't know that is because I was waiting outside the room and I could hear everyone cheering, but I was waiting outside the room to go on stage because I was about to um, not be interviewed. I was about to speak about the film as part of the Nevada Woman Filmmaker of the Year thing. So I didn't know that we had that standing ovation. So we've had 2 standing ovations.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I actually wish we could listen to the song, the closing song, because it's just so applicable to our movie.
Yeah.
And it's a great song. Dash Pads as the artist.
It's called Bartender Hit Me. Yeah, like when they started playing the credits, they put the house lights on, and everyone stood up, and the people that, were obviously had babysitters or had to get something, those people quickly left because they've been waiting politely through the movie, I guess. But I felt like if they kept the house lights off throughout the whole credits, then people would have waited to applause or leave or anything like that. I feel like the lights shouldn't come on during the credits because that was disrespectful to the people's names in the credits. And I feel like, especially at a premiere, you should watch the credits part of the film. I get it if you're at home not watching the credits and you don't care. That's cool. I got no beef with you. But don't you think at a premiere the credits should have the house lights off?
Yeah.
So, but everything else about the venue was top notch. I mean, the Beverly and their team killed it. So, 2 standing ovations. It's like a drug. I want more. I want more standing ovations.
Not gonna get them.
Not with that attitude. We made it. We got the stuff clean, packed, mailed out. So yay. Time for lunch. Lunch was yummy, but now we got to get back to the grind. So I'm really excited that we got those packages sent off, but now we got to, I have to write an email, personal email to every single person that came to the premiere. And we're going to, I'm going to say thank you and put a little personal message in there, but also ask them to write an honest review at IMDB. So I've just compiled a list and of the people that I got to email, and Patrick is working on the copy for the email. And once we get a kind of rough draft, we're going to punch it up with ChatGPT, and then rather than just do like tons and tons of BCCs, I'm going to individually email every person. So this is going to take a while because there was for sure 190 people there. Maybe close to 200, but let's see. So I got to write a whole bunch of emails. It's not very exciting, not very glamorous, but this kind of wrap up, whatever we want to call it, the wrap up of the premiere. This has to happen. This is the name of this video today is what now. This is what's now. So I won't bore you with me writing emails, but we'll take a look at the copy that Pat has. So Pat has just gussied up some copy for my email. So now we're going to take a look at that copy, and then we're going to probably throw it into ChatGPT and punch it up. And that's how we do in the 702. So guys, I just got done emailing 128 individual personal emails to all the guests at the premiere who were not cast or crew. So all the guests, I've just been emailing them saying, thank you so much for coming. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks to ChatGPT, you're getting a very nice email saying thank you. And by the way, please write a honest review on imdb.com. And boy, my fingers are tired. They're not really. It was a lot of copying and pasting, but still 128 emails and yada, yada, yada. But while I was doing that, we got a really, really good review on IMDB. Pat, would you like to hear it?
I'd love to.
Okay, cool. Here's the title. It says, Flair, this is the right one, yeah. Flair Bartending, Passion, Precision, and Dedication. Who knew the world of Flair bartending could be so fascinating? This documentary does an excellent job of showcasing the history of Flair bartending, as well as its competitive side. The dedication of both men and women, yes, women can flare too, who compete in this sport is incredible. It's no easy feat. Injuries like cuts, scrapes, broken teeth, and bruises in places you'd never expect are all part of the grind. It's absolutely wild. I have a whole new level of respect for those in the industry, especially those who pour their heart and soul into it. This documentary really shows that flair bartending isn't just a job, it's a true passion for those who do it. The documentary is expertly crafted with a smooth flow that takes us through the history of flair bartending. It features incredible interviews and brings us to the present, where we get to follow the journey of 3 talented flair bartenders. 10 out of 10. What do you think, Pat?
I love it.
I love it. That's 6 reviews now on IMDB, all 10 out of 10. That's amazing. Thank you guys. We really, really appreciate that. That's incredible. So we're slowly getting all these things done on our list. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon now, but we still got some things to do, so I'm going to check in with the list behind me and see what's next. So I had some just more emails to do, and then I had to do follow-up comments on all the comments on my YouTube because I've been so busy the last couple of weeks. I've been kind of slacking on that. But I think it's time to now check in with Pat and see what we've got done on the list because I think I'm in good shape. I think I got a lot of things done on my list. So, real quick, Patrick.
Yeah.
What of these things have you got done today? Did you get the Getty link to the red carpet?
Yes. What? Yeah, but you haven't. He's gonna post the second folder tonight or by tomorrow.
Okay, so that's in progress. The full link, the full set. But what about the Getty link for the red carpet?
Oh, I gave it to all the people on the red carpet.
Oh, great. So we can fill that in. Amazing. And you helped me draft the FU. The thank you FU email. And you haven't compiled Getty on G Drive yet?
No. I download them onto this computer.
And you gave me access to the spreadsheet, so that's that done. Okay, let's see what I've got done on my annual list of members and managers for Scissormouth. I managed to renew that. Return lights and stands. We clean them, we pack them, and we return them to the mail place. Amazing, so that's done. Okay, next, backup movie, fix bad drive, and clean up the files. That is all data management, and I'm going to do that this weekend. Next, follow-up emails. Did that to all the people that came to the premiere. Next, the bedroom set for Kim. We'll do that tomorrow. Next, attach the spreadsheet to the 1905 backend. I've done that. Ask Icon for a copy of that interview that I did the other day. I've done that. YouTube comments. I've done that. Oh my gosh. I haven't done that, but I've got so much done. Today. Pat, I think we did really good today.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing we have left to do now is we have to take some of these postcards.
Christian Del Pesce's son, Dominic, is Dominick, right? Can you check?
I'll check. What we have to do now is we have to take postcards with Colby's. We got some new Colby postcards printed for his affiliate thing. He's one of the stars of the movie. Let's see if I can find one of his postcards. Of course, I can't find it now that I'm talking about it. They're in here somewhere. They're postcards like this kind. That's not Colby, that's Christian. But we've got. Oh, here they are. Here's Colby's. Okay, so we have a stack of these that we have to take to Colby, and he's actually working tonight at the Fuel Bar on the famous Las Vegas Strip. So Pat was going to go drop these off, and I said to him, can I tag along? Let's get a drink. Let's have some fun. So we're actually going to go see Colby, drop off the postcards, and grab a cocktail. Yummy, yummy. Perfect.
Okay. Finally, I have all these boxes I have, the stuff that came in, the mannequins, the half mannequins, so I can't wait to put them in the recycler.
but I don't want to get it.
Yeah, no, we don't have to.
No, I left it at home on purpose.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We don't have to get it.
Yeah, I'm practicing. I'm gonna start practicing living without a phone.
Yeah, I know. I went to the Albertsons in town, and I was like, I'm not gonna take my phone.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at home.
So I'm planning on just not having a phone at some point and Chris Nolaning it. How do you say it? Chris Nolaning it?
Chris Nolaning it. Nolaning it.
Chris Nolaning it?
Nolaning. Three.
Nolan.
Nolan.
Chris Nolaning it.
Nolaning. Chris Nolaning it.
Kick that. I want to do that. Okay, guys, we are on our way to the Fuel Bar, which is an awesome Flair bar on the famous Las Vegas Strip, and that is where Colby Ashton works. And he is one of the amazing Flair bartending stars of our new movie, out now, FlairDocumentary.com. The movie is called Shaken and Stirred, the story of Flair bartending. Click on the links below, order it today, rent it today, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Write an IMDB review. We can't wait to hear what you guys think of this movie. So far the reviews are in and they've been amazing. So yeah, let's see what you guys think. I can't wait to hear. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. We were on the Vegas Strip. Look guys, it's Las Vegas. Wow, look how pretty it is. Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Where are we going?
To Paris, to park.
You should say to hell if we don't change our ways.
Hotel check-in, do not enter.
Is the correct answer. Oh shit. This is narrow. This is like super narrow.
It's like a European street.
It's like a little European street. Little bumpy European street. Wow, how do you know all these little... This is incredible. Pat knows every little nook and cranny in Vegas. Look at this.
Remember we went out there?
Oh, this looks like a little bit of Shaken and Stirred.
The opposite direction.
One of the shots.
It was our shot. We coming out of those, following Colby.
Oh, that's so cool. This is crazy. This is the back alleys of the Las Vegas Strip, guys. This is like in between casinos and employee entrances. This is so interesting. Service entrances and parking lot exits. And, it looks like the back lots of Hollywood, of like studios almost. Don't you think? Almost looks like the back lots of Warner Brothers in Burbank. I know. It does, look. Not Warner Brothers Leaveston, that looks very different. But Warner Brothers Burbank looks like that, a little, right? If you squint your eyes and use your imagination, use your imagination. It's almost like a shot-for-shot recreation of the movie just there. So that was amazing seeing Colby at the world famous Fuel Bar on the Las Vegas Strip. We dropped off
right in front of the horseshoe.
Right in front of the horseshoe.
Used to be Bally's.
I feel like we were kind of reliving the movie a little, and I was thinking while filming Colby flipping bottles, I wish I had this camera when we were making the movie.
It was the first time you've been there since we filmed there.
It is. It is the first time.
I've been there to drop off postcards with Colby, but that's the first time you've been there.
That is true.
Since the filming.
So, guys, we're heading back to base. That's the end of today. If you like this long-form content, please click in the circle up here and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for more film development hell. Peace.